My daughter Aria started skipping meals when I told her we were entering the state beauty pageant. I praised every pound she lost. She cried once when her legs gave out after a workout. I told her it meant progress. I thought I was making her strong. I used to braid her hair and tell her she could be anything. Now, she couldn't stand. She stared blankly, her eyes like glass, and then she collapsed before an audience of hundreds. The tiara gleamed in the spotlight, our symbol of success. I clutched it backstage as they carried Aria out. Flashbulbs went off like fireworks. No one knew this was more than a feint. I told reporters she was fine, just nervous. But deep down, I knew I'd pushed her too far. That tiara, once our shared dream, now felt cursed in my hands. It wasn't beauty that broke her. It was my blindness, and still, part of me wanted her to win. The doctors said dehydration, maybe stress. I called it a hiccup. We resumed training 2 weeks later. Aria flinched at food, sobbed during weigh-ins. I pretended it was fine. She snapped once, yelling, "You don't see me." I laughed it off. At night, I heard her vomiting. I turned the volume up on the TV. The pageant coach warned me she looked pale. I said, "She's just under pressure." A flashback haunted me. Aria at age 8, twirling in a sparkly dress, giggling, "Do I look like a princess?" I'd nodded, already planning her future crowns. Now at 19, she cried silently while fitting into gowns 2 sizes too small. I bribed the tailor to adjust the tags so she wouldn't know. She found the receipt. "You lied to me," she whispered. I said, "It's for your confidence." Another day, she fainted again. This time backstage, minutes before finals. Her lips were blue. Paramedics rushed in. Someone gasped, "She's not breathing." I screamed at them to move faster, clutching that damn tiara. It fell to the floor, cracked. The sound was like glass shattering. That moment burned into my brain. I saw her body limp, felt my world collapsing. Still, I prayed they'd fix her. Like always, the twist hit in the ambulance. A paramedic turned to me, saying, "She's in cardiac arrest." I froze. All the pageants, all the praise they'd led here. My hands trembled, stained with her foundation. The tiara, split down the middle, sat on my lap, Aria flatlined. I screamed, "Don't take her." That was the moment I knew. This wasn't ambition. It was a slow death I called love. In the hospital's quiet, I held her hand and whispered apologies through sobs. She survived, barely. They said another day, and it would have been too late. The tiara, I left it shattered in a drawer. I sat beside her every day. I fed her, not words, food. Love stopped being shiny. It started with soup. 6 months later, we stood outside the therapy center. Aria held my hand reluctantly, but she held it. "You're trying," she said. That was enough. I promised no more pageants. No more dreams borrowed from my own regrets. Just her, just healing. We walked inside together. The tiara was gone. But she was still here. That's what mattered.